So I added LeBron James to every single NBA team. We're talking every single NBA team, all the way from the Lakers to the Jazz, and all the way from the Celtics to the Wizards. Let's see how the league turns out. I'm really excited to see what happens. Just briefly, if you guys do enjoy the video, please drop a like and subscribe. This channel is really fresh, but we're trying to grow a community out here. So yeah, big ups to everyone, and let's begin. So we fast forward towards the end of the season, and the Dallas Mavericks benefit the most from having LeBron James, topping the Western Conference and finishing the season with 69 wins and 13 losses. Whilst on the other hand, in the Eastern Conference, the team that benefits the most from having LeBron James is surprisingly the New York Knicks. I would have thought it was the Celtics, but it was the Knicks. They end the season. They finished the season topping the Eastern Conference, finishing with 62 wins and 20 losses. The four best teams in the West were the Mavericks, the Timberwolves, OKC and the Spurs, whilst towards the bottom of the conference, the two worst teams were the Blazers and the Jazz. However, in the East, it was a completely different story. So towards the top, we see the Knicks and the Celtics by a margin. That's expected, with surprisingly the Raptors and the Bulls right behind the Celtics. But then towards the bottom of the conference, although I expected to see the Wizards and the Hornets, I did not expect to see the Heat and the Cavaliers. Now moving on to stat leaders, OKC LeBron led the whole league in points, averaging 31 points. Damn near, it was 30.9. But yeah, dominating the league. Whilst on the other hand in assists, Philly LeBron led the league with assists, averaging 10.5. This means he topped players in assists like Harden, like Luka, and like Trae Young. Although I hate to see it on Philly, it is what it is. And now with the end of season awards, surprisingly, Luka gets MVP over any version of the Prime LeBron James. That's insane. I expected one of those versions to win the MVP. Jared McCain gets Rookie of the Year as expected. B.I. gets Sixth Man of the Year, backing up LeBron James in New Orleans. Wemby wins DPOY. Also, I expected one of those versions to win DPOY. Amen Thompson gets Rookie of the Year. Finally, Clutch Player of the Year, Houston LeBron. Nice. And now with the All-NBA selections, this is the funny part. We have the MVP Luka and 14 other LeBron James in the All-NBA selections. That's crazy. So no Jokic, no Embiid, no Giannis, no Shea, nobody. Just LeBron James. And in the first playing game between the 7th-seeded Suns and the 8th-seed Rockets, the Phoenix Suns take the win, and that means they take on the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round of the playoffs. And for that game, Phoenix LeBron led the way with 39 points, followed by D-Book's 26, whilst on the other hand, Rockets LeBron pretty much had no help, which explains why he lost. And in the second playing game, between the 9-seeded Nuggets and the 10-seed Clippers, the Nuggets obviously take the win as expected, which means they advance in the play-in to play the Rockets, whilst on the other hand, the Clippers are pretty much out of the playoffs. Jokic led the way for the Nuggets with a 30-point triple-double. Right behind him was LeBron with a damn near triple-double also. But then on the other hand, for the Clippers, Harden was non-existent, Kawhi was probably on load management, and LeBron only had 27 points. And for the final playing game in the West, the Nuggets advanced, beating the Rockets. LeBron and Jokic again with a triple-double. And then for the Rockets, all we know is that Jalen Green and Fred VanVleet suck. And now for the East, I can't lie, I made a mistake of simming by accident, so we're just gonna look at the scores. The 7th-seeded Pacers beat the 8th-seeded Bucks, so they advance. The Pacers were led by LeBron and Tyrese with 22 and 21, whilst for the Bucks, Giannis had 14 points if we exclude free throws. Next, the 10th-seeded Nets beat the 9th-seeded Pistons. Despite LeBron's triple-double and Cade's triple-single, Cam Thomas is a bucket. That's tough. And then for the final playing game, which is the Bucks versus the Nets, I'm just simming the game to see who wins, and then we get to the final 17 seconds of the fourth quarter, 115. So I was like, let me jump in and take a look at what happens. Brooklyn LeBron gets the game winner to drag the Nets into the playoffs as the 8th seed, and they beat the Bucks with Giannis, Dame, and LeBron. So the Nets are the official 8th seed, and they're going to be taking on the Knicks in the first round. And this is the crazy part. Despite Dame, Giannis, and LeBron going ballistic, Cam Thomas is a bucket. That's tough. So now we can officially begin the playoffs. And to begin with, oh boy, the Nuggets get swept by the Mavericks. The Warriors beat the Spurs in 5, and so did OKC, beating the Kings in 5. But then surprisingly, the Suns, with LeBron, KD, Bill, and D-Book, fall down to the Timberwolves in 6. Dog, what? And now for the East, as expected, the Knicks advance, beating the Nets in 5. The Bulls advance. What a surprise. They beat Philly in 6. Atlanta advances, beating the Raptors in 5. And the Celtics. The Celtics swept the Pacers without LeBron. Now they have LeBron and they lose in 7? What? And now in the second round, things get spicy. The New York Knicks sweep the Bulls. That's pretty much expected. Good run by the Chicago Bulls, but it all comes to an end. Atlanta beats the Pacers in 6. Trae Young's on a mission. The Timberwolves beat OKC in 5. Almost a sweep. And now for the final series between the Warriors and the Mavericks. Game 7 on the line. Who wins? Let's see. We're going to jump into it. So I'm not surprised. The Dallas Mavericks beat the Golden State Warriors at home 124 to 118. The Mavericks are just stacked, man. Kyrie, Luka, and LeBron. That's insane. So this means we have the rematch between the Mavericks and the Timberwolves. Oh, by the way, Luka, Kai, and LeBron combined for 89 points of the 124. Whilst on the other hand for the Warriors, Curry had himself a game. So in the Western Conference Finals, the Timberwolves find themselves down 3-0 on the verge of getting swept. So the deciding game is in Minnesota. Let's see if they get swept or not. Hey, man. The Timberwolves, bro. The Mavericks are on a mission, bro. Stop playing with them. So here we go. 59 seconds left. Tie game 122-122. Let's jump in and see what's going on. So Anthony Edwards misses the first free throw. So we're still at 122-122. And he hits the second free throw. So now 123-122 in favor of the Minnesota Timberwolves. LeBron James for the Mavericks. No Luka in the final minute. Surprisingly, he probably fouled out. But LeBron James on the ISO versus Ant goes up for the layup and gets it to go. No, he misses. Oh my god, he misses. Still 123 for the Timberwolves. Ant comes back with the ball. He drives. He misses as well. Kyrie gets the ball, gives it to LeBron. He drives. He lays it up for the easy layup versus Naz Reid. So now the Mavericks are up 1. Coming out of the timeout, the Minnesota Timberwolves have the ball and gets it. He's ISOing, but I'm not gonna lie to you. He's getting clamped up. LeBron playing good defense and has to force it up. No, he doesn't. He goes to Nikhil Alexander on the 3-point line. He gets a screen from Naz Reid. He shoots it. Oh my god, in the final minute, the last shot goes to Nikhil Alexander-Walker and he converts. Are you crazy? 7 seconds left. The Mavericks get the ball, so no Luka obviously. So Braun has to get the ball in the final seconds. He drives on and he lays it up for the tie. 126-126. So we're going into overtime because ain't no one hitting that shot. Yes, he's not hitting it. And in overtime, the Timberwolves are down 3 with 30 seconds to go and gets the ball off the timeout. He misses the layup, so now they have to foul, and that's GG's. The Minnesota Timberwolves are eliminated and the Mavericks advance to the finals. Despite Ant's 50 bomb, the Mavericks are just too OP, man. LeBron, 40 points, 16 assists. Luka followed by 32 and 13 assists. The big three combined for 95 points, bro. How do you even stop that? It's impossible. And in the West, the big boy rivalry between the Knicks and the Hawks in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm not gonna lie, that would be an insane matchup. But anyways, the Knicks find themselves down 3-2 to the Hawks. Trae Young and LeBron might be just the best combo ever. 35 seconds to go. We're in the game right now. The Hawks are down 1. Trae has the ball off the inbound. Probably gonna ISO Jalen Brunson. He drives on him for the midi. He pulls up and he converts. So now they're up 1. On the other hand, LeBron has the ball. If I'm the coach, I'm holding it to the last second, but he's going to ISO himself. He drives on himself, but he misses the layup. See? Now that's what I'm saying. Now you're forced to foul Trae Young, and that's pretty much GG's. Trae makes both of his free throws, of course. They come back with a nice quick dunk by Cat, and now you have to foul again. But the Hawks make a mistake. Instead of giving Trae Young the ball, they give it to Dyson Daniels. So now he has to hit the free throws. As I expected, he misses his first free throw. Even though he makes his second free throw barely, the Knicks are still in the game. So they're only down 2 points. 10 seconds to go. LeBron has the ball. If he goes for a 3, they win. But I doubt he goes for a 3. He's going to drive. He's ISOing himself. He's going to drive on himself. And he's going to get the layup to go. So now it's a tie game again. Are we going into another overtime? And in overtime, the Hawks win 169-168. There wasn't much to show. It was just trading free throws. Frankly, it wasn't really fun. But yeah, the Hawks basically advanced to the finals to take on the Mavericks, and the Knicks are out. And for the Hawks, Trae finished with 51 and 12. LeBron finished with 31. Onyeka Okongwu with 21 points in the Eastern Conference Finals. Cold. And for the Knicks, even though Jalen Brunson almost had 50 and there was 4 players with 20 plus points, they still managed to lose the series. Trae Young owns New York. Here's the Conference Finals MVPs. For the West, we have LeBron James, and for the East, we actually have LeBron James also. So in the finals, the 2 players that got drafted and got traded for each other on draft day are playing against each other in the finals, but each one of them has LeBron James on their side. Game 1 goes to Luka and the Mavericks. Game 2 goes to Luka and the Mavericks. Game 3, Trae Young and LeBron are fighting back. Game 4, the Mavericks take it up 3-1, so pretty much. So as I expected, it was pretty much over after that 3-1 lead, and the Mavericks win the NBA championship 121-117. They beat the Hawks in game 5. Klay gets his 5th ring. Kyrie gets his 2nd second ring, Bron gets his 5th ring, and Luka finally gets a ring under his name. And to make things even better for Luka, he gets the final MVP over Prime LeBron. Big ups Luka, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Luka had a 44-point triple-double in the elimination game in Game 7 of the finals. That's a good feat to have. And although the Hawks had a pretty good game, I'm not gonna lie, Jalen Johnson, LeBron, Trey with a 20-20, but it wasn't enough. And to be honest, the Hawks had a good run. I was not expecting them to get this far anyways. I thought the Celtics would dominate with LeBron James, but it's all good. The Dallas Mavericks benefited the most from having LeBron James, as is proven by them winning a championship. Luka had a pretty much 10-10 season, MVP, a ring, finals MVP, 32-point triple-double in the finals. That's a 10-10 season if you ask me. So guys, the video has officially come to an end. If you have made it this far, you're goated. I appreciate it so much, but this means you're probably gonna like the video and subscribe. But jokes aside, if you have made it this far and enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate if you can drop a like and subscribe to the channel. This video has taken me over 3 hours to record and add commentary, and it's probably gonna take me another 2 hours to edit. So I'd appreciate if you guys can show some support by interacting in the comments and subscribing and liking the video. I'm gonna be making way more content soon. This is just the start, and I'd appreciate some feedback on the quality of the video, the audio, the editing, everything else, because I am starting fresh. So feedback will always help me in the long run. So yeah, I appreciate you a lot for watching. Thank you so much. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.